One. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? Blimey, we're very excited for an August. Very good. Hello, my name's Kevin, this is Teddy. We are 2/4 of Aardvarks Can't Jump Productions, and we are here to present to you tonight Showtime. So if you weren't expecting that, you should probably go now. We are here to present brand new writing from 4 amazing writers. We have an incredible cast of 4 as well that are going to present them to you. I will introduce you to those in a minute. Showtime is part of So Stage Door. Is that right? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not. She's sat over there. That's the one to ask. As you can see, if you haven't been to one of these before, my style of comparing is shambolic, I think is the correct term. So we are. Oh God, it's been. We did quite a few of these. We did quite a few of these at the beginning of the year, and then we've had quite a big break, and now we're back again, and we've both forgotten how to do it. It turns out, but we'll be fine. So to give you an idea of what's happened, 4 amazing writers have given us their incredible songs. We have 2 weeks ago, we passed them out to our cast, some of whom you've met everyone. I've not met some of them, but and then we all got together this morning at 9:30 this morning, and we've been rehearsing them all day, and that's the first time that we've all been together to rehearse them. So tonight is it's an on-book workshop type performance. Things might go wrong. It might not. It might go brilliantly. It might go wrong, but don't worry. We'll probably just stop and start again. And I mean, things will definitely go wrong when I've got this, but it'll be fine. So yes, I've already gone wrong on here. Cool. So Showtime is part of So Stage Door. So Stage Door includes some stuff that you shouldn't. If you look at the posters outside there, I can't remember what the name of all of the different things are, but we're part of it is to present young musicians. We've had a script in hand performance here as well for new theatre writers, not musical theatre, but new straight theatre writers, and lots of new bands and DJs and things like that. It's really worth checking out all of the other stuff that is going on here. It's all made possible thanks to a grant from the Arts Council England. We have to mention them. Cool. Does that get us more funding next time? As if I keep mentioning them. Yeah, cool. Okay. Done that bit. Yes. Next bit. I'm going to get all this stuff out of the way now. You very kindly have come to watch this. Thank you very much for doing that. Hopefully you noticed it was pay what you think it's worth, or pay what you want, whatever the right terminology is. If you have paid a certain amount and you feel at the end of this maybe you want to pay a little bit more, I mean, you know, there's a donation. What do we call it? Bowl? Well, yeah, it's a donation bowl. It's on the bar. If you feel like giving more of that, all that money goes back into producing this kind of work and keeping the ball rolling. We don't think there is anyone else in the South doing this kind of thing at the moment. It happens a lot in London. Well, it happens a little bit in London. Then a global pandemic came along and wiped it all out. But it is starting to pick up again, but it doesn't really happen in the regions, and that's kind of where our passion comes from. We wanted to make sure that Southampton could get a chance to hear brand new stuff by people who you wouldn't normally get to hear. So yeah, if you think you want to give a bit more, please do. Right. I feel like that's enough waffling.
Yeah, probably.
Cool. Let me talk about, first of all, who our amazing writers are that we're going to hear from today. We have the ever wonderful Helen Bonney. After her, we'll be hearing work from Frankie McEvoy. We got the fan club in tonight, good. Following Frankie, we'll have a small interval after that, and then we'll hear music from Gay Wright. And finally, a little-known duo called Amy's and Clements. Brill. Okay, our amazing cast today. They were all in this first one, so I'm... oh, no, sorry. Hang on, there's someone else I've got to introduce because he's just waiting behind there. The band's... Oh. Our amazing George Story! More about him later. So our incredible cast for the no, hang on, I've got to speak to Helen first. Yeah. Right, cool. So the way this will work, I will bring up our writers. I'll have a quick chat with them so that you get to know them a bit as well. And then we'll introduce the songs that they're going to sing. And you get to hear them. And then I will stop talking, I promise. So please, will you put your hands together and welcome our first writer to the stage, Helen Bonney. I remembered. Didn't
It's on.
Yeah. Hello, Helen. Ooh. Okay. I didn't know we were doing props, but that's I'm good with it. Welcome back. You are our first returning writer. Yeah. Welcome back. For those who haven't seen you before or your work before,
hard luck.
First of all, can you tell us a little bit about your writing and how you got started and if you write with anyone else?
I do. I write with two collaborators who are brilliant award-winning writers. I don't do that again this time. They don't know what we did last time, do we?
I don't know that I do.
No, you don't. No, they are brilliant writers, but they write children's books, adult books, and then they decided they would like to join with me and write a musical. It's my first musical. I've done songwriting previously, but this is a first.
Very exciting.
Very.
So you're presenting 3 songs today from your show, which I'll let you introduce in a second. Well, in fact, why don't we just talk about that straight away? Because
I got my crib
I was going to say,
I
feel like you're going to lead this now.
Because I don't know the first thing about my musical. I have to have crib cards.
So tell us all about
it. The musical is called Always a Rainbow and was inspired by a true story and is filled with poignant, inspiring and humorous songs. It's a mixture of love, laughter, romance and naughty children. In 1912, Dr. Korczak, you may or may not have heard of him, opened a pioneering orphanage in Warsaw. Many of the orphans are wild and rebellious, a bit like here really, yeah. But with humour and love, Korczak empowers and nurtures the children. His cheerfulness helps everyone endure increasing hardships with humour and compassion. His whole life was made up of moral decisions. The decision to become a children's doctor, the decision to give up full-time medical practice, a bit like they're doing now, and writing career to take care of children who had been orphaned. When being offered his own freedom, he made the decision to go with the orphans to the Warsaw Ghetto. As for that last decision to go with the children to Treblinka death camp, it was part of his nature. A surviving teacher at the orphanage remarked, it was who he was. He wouldn't understand why we are making so much of it today. Remember, this is true. Although set before and during World War II, it's an uplifting story for today, reminding us that love and tolerance will always prevail over prejudice and hate. We've witnessed that in Southampton and across the country this week, have we not? So, the 3 songs you'll hear tonight are... Do you want me to do this bit?
Please do, yeah. Saves me the job. Yeah.
I'm assuming it's the order that... It doesn't really matter anyway. Firstly, In Absentia is sung by Dr. Korczak's trusty assistant, Miss Steffa, who is adored by the orphans, but who objects to being looked upon as a servant by a snooty philanthropist visitor who refers to herself as Madam. Second song, Best Year of My Life, is sung in the musical by the protagonist, Dr. Korczak, whose dream of opening a pioneering orphanage in Warsaw in 1912 is about to be realised. And thirdly, Just a Child is sung when a recently bereaved child has lost his mother. is rescued by the doctor, but then becomes rebellious. We know all that about rebellion and children, don't we? The reference to his only friend in the song, hence...
I did wonder when this was coming in.
Yeah! I actually got it to sing earlier on, and it won't do it tonight. It's rebellious, whatever it is as well. The reference to his only friend in this song, Just a Child, is the song to a caged bird, which the child later gets a bit nicer and agrees to release.
Lovely, thank you very much. In which case, without further ado, please welcome the entire cast to sing In Absentia.
From now on, I'm Madam Steffa. It isn't proper to call me Miss. Please take note, I will not answer to those who call me this. I'll not come to you at night time if I hear the words Miss Steffa. Even if your need is urgent, you'll find I'm in absentia.
What does in absentia mean?
That she's not there for you.
You mean she disappears?
Well, not exactly. For one who has so many children, I must ask for respect. And to those who find it funny, you'll know what to expect. I'll not come to you at night time if I hear the words Miss Steffa. Even if your call is urgent, you'll find I'm in absentia.
Don't call Miss Steffa if you don't want to upset her.
'Cause she'll only go quite deaf on your fact. Don't call her miss if you're desperate for a kiss. I'd rather wet myself than call her that. She'll not come to us at night time if we dare to call Miss Steffa. And if I'm feeling poorly, won't she make me better? Now Miss Steffa's bid farewell, will we have to bow as well when our madam enters tall and proud? So please don't say Miss Steffa if you really want the best of her, 'cause Miss is not allowed. We must try hard to impress her, so from now on, no Miss Steffa. Even if our call is urgent, we'll find she's in absentia. From now on, call Miss Steffa if you don't want to upset her, 'cause she'll only go quite deaf on your fact. Don't call her miss. If all you need's a kiss, she might just raise a riot act. I'll not come to you at night time should I dare the call, Miss Steffa. Even if your call is
That task is done, with more to come. Now real work can begin, and all my dreams will spring to life the moment they move in. Were I to live my life again, I'd still be here right now. This home to share, my answered prayer, it's all come true somehow. This is going to be the best year of my life. After all the plans we made, the struggles and the strife. Now it's plain to see that this was meant to be, and everything I'd hoped for is now in front of me. They're feeling worthless and ignored, they've damaged from neglect. But every child is still unique, each one deserves respect. Give them hope and joy, and fill their hearts with love. Let them know they're called for, live lives they'll be proud of. Let's focus on the future now, and help forge new paths, to make the time they spend with us full of fun and laughs. Life's like a book, each day a page, and every leaf we turn creates the chapters of their lives from which we all will learn. This is going to be the best year of my life. After all the plans we've made, the struggles and the strife. I'm not here to be loved, but love and act glad. To heal the troubled hearts, no medicine does that. Not the people of tomorrow, they're people of today. We'll nurture them and teach them and keep them from harm's way. My purpose now is clear, to help them be their best. And then I'll know the future for sure. I'll be truly blessed. Best year of my life. Best year of my life. Sorry, Helen. Microphone.
Lost and alone, emotionally bereft, holds on to all the memories he has left, because in the end his only friend was all he could cling to. He needs to know we care for him and trust his point of view. Open your heart and you will see this child is just like you or me. He has a soul, he has a mind, he knows what's just, he knows who's kind. Don't underestimate his pride, the truth is really cut and dried. From time to time, he'll make mistakes, he'll learn from us, that's what it takes. His head is filled just a child.
Look out, I've got a microphone again. Right. So these things. In my ear is that microphone there, amongst other things. So if at any point I tear them out of my ears, you know that he's probably shouting something at me. Well, no. Blimey, you're already here.
Yeah, this gets scary, so I thought I'd get this bit over with.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So,
Frankie
Kev,
McEvoy.
tell us about...
So Frankie is doing the slightly scary thing of not only performing, but also being one of our writers. Dun, dun, dun.
It's just my mum, basically. She's just really loud. Thanks, Mum.
Hi, Mum. Frankie, right, I know you're a bit nervous about this bit. Trust me, it's fine, it's easy, and I will be the one that makes all the mistakes. So, first of all, when did you start writing?
Unofficially now. You're the first ears to hear this music, so...
We love a world exclusive.
Technically now. I've kind of always written a bit as a child. I enjoy just singing to myself. I normally wake up in the middle of the night and have a random song lyric or something floating around. So you're basically just witnessing that this evening. Yeah.
So because it's quite new, I think the answer to have you collaborated with other people is probably no.
No.
No. Who would you say... I'm going to make Steph really nervous by asking this question because she told me not to ask her this one. But who would you say are your, musically, who would be a musical influence for you?
I love country music, so actually Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
It's not relevant to any of the songs you're about to hear. But I just love a bit of Dolly, so...
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Excellent. Can you tell us a little bit about... We're doing two shows, songs from two shows. Can you tell us a bit about the two shows?
Yep, so the first two songs are from a show which the working title is Things Left Unspoken, and it's basically about all the times in life where we want to say things and we either chicken out or something gets in the way or we miss the opportunity we would have had because people pass on, and it's essentially a series of sort of monologues in which people are finally saying those words that would normally be unspoken. And then the final song is from a musical called Bird, in which we follow two young girls, one in the 1970s and one in the early 2000s, as they navigate different challenges that seemingly are unparalleled, but they link because it's a musical and that's what happens. So, yeah.
Amazing. So we're going to hear three songs. The first two, as you said, are from Things Left Unspoken. We're going to hear Would You Like and Pretend.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh, good, I did put them in there right. Excellent. What?
Teddy wants more specifics about the songs. Okay, so the first song is a character...
I was going to do?
Okay, so yeah, Would You Like, the first song, is a character called Jane who has not a lot of luck in love, and she's finally worked up the courage to say what she wants to someone. The second song, Pretend, is a character called Charlie, who sadly a family member has lost their fight with substance abuse, and he's saying what he wished he could have said. And then the final song, Easy, is a mother and daughter singing about a shared abusive experience that they're having in which neither of them feel able to talk to anyone, even each other. I think that was fairly comprehensive.
That's good. I'm now going to ask you to do the more scary thing and stay put and perform our first song. But before you do that, just to let you know, the second song, Pretend, will be performed by Sam, and Easy will be performed by Vicky Jo and Amy. All
It's only going to get more awkward. In a good way, I hope. Would you like to go to dinner? Stare at each other for a while? discuss the things that taught us how to smile and what our habits are at home, and then forget to check our phones as the hours rush on by, 'cause life moves slow when you're alone. Tell me what your red flags are, so I can gauge what I should share before I run my mouth too long. My mum told me not to scare you off, 'cause I place too much pressure on myself to be someone else when I like what I see opposite me, such as yourself. Am I talking too much? I think it's possible that I am talking too much. But if you like my face, that'd be great, 'cause I like yours as well. And if you like my smile, I can keep it on a little while. Would you like to watch a movie, put on a horror so that I can feel the fear I'm feeling, but not put you off? And maybe your pulse would increase and trick your mind into believing that your heart has been set beating for this nutter from down south. We could grab a drink straight after just to wash away the thoughts of, if this doesn't go to plan, I might be alone forever. And then laugh at how my jokes share self-depreciative undertones, and all my puns are actually metaphors for how much I'm dreading having to ask for a second date at the end, because that's not something men are expected to do anymore, because feminism, which is great, but also not great, because now I have to do it. I could say that I don't care, but I'll still bat my eyes and toss my hair, 'cause I place all my worth in whether men like you will text me first. Am I talking too much? It's highly probable that I am talking too much. Would you like to see me again? There's no pressure to say yes, but if you don't, I'll blame myself and what I've said, because you see, I do this thing where I can't help myself from sharing. I doubt you've even noticed. They say that it's just caring. I've got next Thursday at 8 when we could do the same again, or free Sunday all day if you wanted to extend the time. Actually, saying it, I sound too available. Forgot that I have plans. Let's take Sunday off the table, 'cause even though I'd like to see you, I doubt you'd like to see me, seeing as you've seen me here tonight and being a little quiet. Maybe you're just nervous because my motor mouth is running. If you're thinking about running, I don't blame you if I'm honest. I know how this could go, so I'll just warn you from the start. You'll find my constant singing irritating, and my cooking's not that great to make up for the hassle my anxiety will put you through. I always lose my keys, and when I find them, I'll blame it on you. I'm actually a little boring. You won't sleep with all my snoring. When we wake, I'll look like Helen, my cold feet are now your problem. Your new in-laws are bonkers, expecting you to be the answer to all of my problems. We'll marry, we'll argue, our kids will have my nose, or resent you for feeling happy here alone. You'll never realize I'm someone who you actually quite like knowing, and I'll never realize I'm someone who's actually worth knowing. So how about that dinner?
I'm glad I get to follow that. It's a hard pill to swallow when you're chewing refusing to accept that you've been drinking every night. And it's not okay to be that way. You must see that now. You become a different person when you're barely 2 drinks down. But drink with me. Just drink with me. Take a sip, and then we'll admit who knows best, shall we? Drink with me. If you're so fine, 'cause I see your head, how you long to forget. So let's play pretend. I don't mean to hurt you, though it seems like I try. I just can't ease the puzzle. I can't understand why. It's okay to be that way. You're not how you feel. But I can't start to help you if you don't believe it's real. So drink with me. Just drink with me. Take a sip and then call it quits if it's that easy. Drink with me. Save me the time. 'Cause I can't accept losing you to regret. So let's play pretend that you can drink with me again.
It's easy to ignore the signs. Hedge your bets, don't read between the lines. Don't what will happen next? Just pray that it all makes sense. What if I could change the game? How could I
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Hello. Thanks, Jem. Always nice to have you in the audience. Hello. Yes, I'm just. This is the beginning of the second act, so I have permission to go on a soapbox a little bit. Sorry about that. I also got told off for not doing it actually earlier, but we're here because new musical theatre is so important. Unfortunately, musicals, the writers in the room will tell you, the budgets for musicals tend to be a little bit higher than straight plays because, well, there's musicians and things and lots of other stuff that tends to happen. So they need musical theatre. Like every writer of every type needs support, and they need to be helped. But we're here to talk about MT and. MT writers in particular need support, and they have to call in favours like wherever they can. It's just what we have to do. I'm not a writer. What they have to do. And musicals tend to take a long time. You might have heard of a little show called Hamilton. I don't know if you've heard of that one. That took 10 years to get it to the stage. He had a lot of support to do that, and it still takes a long, long time. It also requires experimentation, and that's what these events are all about. So, as Frankie said, this is the first time anyone's ever heard some of these songs. It's important that the writers here get to hear them themselves as well. They've been able to kind of hand over this stuff to us, we're incredibly grateful of them for doing that and taking that risk. And they then get to hear it in a way that they've not been able to before. And you guys being here to support that is amazing. It's really, really incredible because you're taking a risk as well. You don't know what you're going to see when you come here. Me, but but it's so great that you're here. New British musical theatre is so strong as well right now. I mean, hopefully you'll agree after what you've just heard. But things like Operation Mincemeat in the West End right now, it's winning everything, and that's incredible. It's really stirring up the West End. Wouldn't it be amazing if we could have something really new in the West End, other than Operation Mincemeat, but more new stuff, more stuff that's not like American mega shows or Andrew Lloyd Webber. And if we want it, we're going to have to support it. And you guys are already doing that job. So from the bottom of those of us that are a tiny bit involved in it, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. If I can ask you one thing, go out there and see more new writing. Take risks and go and see new stuff. I tried to think of some great examples, and my memory is terrible. But I did remember there's a wonderful writer called Tim Gilvin. He has a show that he's touring right now called Unfortunate. That's going to the Mayflower. He is, we know Tim, he's lovely, and his show is going to the Mayflower. That's so cool. He also has another show that is being worked on at the moment, Cable Street. That is opening in London again. If you get the opportunity, go see that. All of that. He was doing events like this only 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. Toby Marlowe wrote Six. He was doing events like this. He was still doing them when he wrote Six, to be honest. But these kind of things, and I hope we can keep doing this sort of stuff. But also other people doing more stuff. Go see fringe stuff. That's my soapbox. Good. Our next writer is the wonderful. She is here. Please give her a wave, Lisa. Lisa Gay Wright. Lisa is a wonderful writer. She's from Poole. She's been writing for the last 20 years. She's written 2 full musicals. One is a drama and the other is a comedy. The one that we're doing today is, the songs that we're doing today are from a show called Loose Change, which I'll talk about again in a minute. But she's also written another show, which, by the way, I love the website. That looks amazing. Called The Real Housewives of Codswallop, which is also an excellent title. That has had, am I right? I think I got this right, Lisa. That has had outings at London Fringe. Yep, perfect. All of her work, though, like everyone else, is works in progress. So we're very excited to be able to show you some stuff tonight. Right. So, to explain what we're doing tonight, we're doing the show Loose Change. As I said, we're doing 3 songs from that. Loose Change is set in 1950s pre-war London. It's a musical dramedy about the rise and fall of Pearl, a girl from the wrong side of the tracks who doesn't have a lot going for her apart from her singing voice and her bravado. She also has a drinking problem, which gets steadily worse, and about which she is in denial. She manages to secure a slot at a West End club and is a success, although it all goes to her head. On a collision course with destruction, her antics and a series of bad decisions prove to be her undoing. At Home in My Own Heart is sung by Coco, Pearl's nemesis and previous star of the show. She is confident and self-assured, though going through a period of reflection. Gin is sung by Pearl to Coco about the difference in their life experiences and is a sad reflection of how down Pearl feels and how her past has affected her and why she began drinking. Just for Loving a Man is sung by Shirley. She's Pearl's best friend and flatmate. They've been through thick and thin together. Shirley has committed the cardinal sin at the time, where it wasn't considered socially acceptable, of going out with a person of colour, and how she has been vilified because of it. So, without further ado, to sing At Home in My Heart, we have Vicky Joe. After that will be Just for Loving a Man, and Amy's going to sing that. And then we have Gin by Frankie's going to sing that. Not by Frankie. Thank you.
I wanna belong. I wanna be welcome. once had have now gone. I'm baited like a bear, branded and scared, frowned at and looked down upon. And for why? Just for loving a man. No one looks me in the eye. Everybody walks on by. This woman has been vilified, hung out to dry, is so despised in a way you can't imagine and you can't describe. And why? Just for loving a man. I am condemned without a trial, named and been shamed and been made to hide. This woman has been criticized and so maligned and victimized in a way you can't imagine and you can't describe. And why? Just for loving a man. And rumor has it, it's the order of the day. People casting stones my way. But the jury was out before any plea. The jury was out before it convened. And now I am damned. Just for loving a man. A man who is good and who is kind. A man who is decent and who has pride. And I am found guilty and judged and reviled for the crime of just loving a man. And only because and for just loving a man.
Everybody's got an opinion, so this may come as a shock. For years my old friend Jim and I have partied together round the clock. My mother used to put a drop on a spoon to keep us little bleeders quiet and subdued, and so we wouldn't hear the old man stagger in and beat her to a pulp to respect him. While you were riding ponies, playing silver spoons, I was living hand to mouth on dog ends, dregs and rotten stew, and anything that I could find in the bin, a daily dose of living daylights and a kicking. When you're dragged up by the scruff, your edges can get rough. Oh, the picking sure as hell were thin. We never even had a pot to you know what in, but one thing we had plenty of was gin. My father stood in church and would act devout and preach, then make our lives a living hell 7 days a week. I watched my mother work her fingers to the very bone. However much or how she prayed, the good times never turned. Oh, the picking sure as hell were thin. We never even had a pot to you know what in. But one thing we had plenty of was gin. And round our way it's either gin or tea. It's plentiful, it numbs the pain and cheap. Around our way it's either gin or Jesus. And what the hell has Jesus done for me? It's hard to take it easy and be nice when you've got to push and shove through life. There's many a good 'un from the slums the gin has turned into a bum who gave in 'cause they couldn't overcome. And though my nemesis and my undoing, downfall and my rack and ruin, even for a little while it helps. 'Cause when that gin kicks in, then I can begin to be somewhere and someone else.
Right. Excuse me, George. Thanks. That was awkward. Which brings me on to my next subject, George. I don't know if you've noticed how many instruments he's played tonight. No, this is a mere fraction of the total of now 18.
Yeah, I'm learning my 18.
There we go. No. Yeah. Next one is coming out. So yeah, don't miss the next one. You'll find out what the 18th instrument is. Yeah. Brilliant. So we are now up to our last writers. It feels a bit weird introducing them because one of them sat there. Do you know what? Let's go on with it. Please, can you welcome to the stage Stephanie Amies and Teddy Clements. Teddy doesn't dilk. Or he does. Brilliant. Hello, Steph.
Hi.
Tell me about who your inspirations are. No, I'm kidding. She said to me before we did this, don't ask me who my inspirations are, because I won't be able to remember any of them.
I get really nervous and I forget names.
Have you watched any of what I've been doing? I don't remember any of it. Brilliant. Okay. Imagine I don't know the answers to all of these, and crack on. When did you start writing?
I started writing in around 2011, but we've been working together since 2013. 11
11.
11 years. 11 years this has been going. Yeah.
Lord. People have done lesser prison sentences. Cool. And you say, wow. So you. Yeah, I know. So we are presenting. Tell me more about your writing. How do you two, as a writing partnership, work?
So it depends on the piece. I write music and lyrics. Teddy does additional music and orchestrations, which tends to mean I'll write a song, write a skeleton piano part, and he makes it much better. That's usually how that works. Other than the show that we're going to do tonight, because that was in a very jazzy style. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute.
Yes.
Which meant that I knew how I wanted it to sound, but had absolutely no capability of working that out. So we co-wrote that way more because I was like, I know what it sounds like here, but I have no idea how to get here to here.
You're not only doing that show tonight, by the way.
No, I know.
Okay, good.
I know.
Right.
Yes.
Brilliant. So do you know what? Let's talk about the shows. One of them, like the first song we're going to hear is from. I feel like I could talk about the first one, but the first song is from a show called Tomorrow Maybe. For those who don't know, we, Becky as well, we have just finished a run of Tomorrow Maybe. For So Fringe, which I just like, if any of you don't know about the Southampton Fringe Festival, it started this year. It was very exciting that we have a festival now. It will be back next year, we think. They're pretty confident it will be back. They managed to do it this year with zero budget, which I think is amazing. And massive kudos to them for doing that. Keep an eye out for it next year. That's my big advice. Anyway, sorry. Tomorrow Maybe. You tell them about it.
Yeah, so Tomorrow Maybe actually came about because of Kev and Becky, who decided they wanted to do a new musical. At the time, I had already booked tickets to live in New Zealand for a year, so I was like, yeah, I'll throw some stuff together and then leave you to it, bye. Which is basically what I did. I threw a load of random songs that we'd written either from other stuff that hadn't worked, or I wrote a few pieces. And I wrote the opening and the finale and maybe one or two, but we decided to set it in a coffee shop. It would be about kind of people watching, the people that you see every day and don't know anything about. And I wasn't here, and these guys created something magical that did really well. So we then did it again, and then we took it to Edinburgh, and then we brought it back for Southampton Fringe, and it's gone through so many different iterations and versions. But it's 10 years old now as a show and keeps on evolving. But the song that we're going to do from that show tonight is a brand new one that I wrote around Easter, probably about 3 weeks before the show went up, I think. Sorry, Sam. Thank you, Sam. So it's a brand new song that I wrote for this specific version. There we go.
Perfect. And then we have two other songs. So I'm going to introduce them now. That song is called Another Latte to Go. And as Steph said, Sam's going to sing that. Then we have two other songs, Who's With Me and Racing Toward Tomorrow. And they're from a different show.
Yes, so in 2019-ish, we were commissioned by British Youth Musical Theatre to write a new musical alongside our book writers Stephen Dexter and Nicholas Scrivens. And it was supposed to be for a celebration of V-Day, which was in 2020, the 75th anniversary. And they wanted to write a reimagining, or kind of, I don't know, not a real story, but based on a real story about how Princess Elizabeth and Princess Margaret escaped from the palace. And joined the party in the streets, which did actually happen, but not to the level that we made it happen in the show. We imagined what might have happened if they weren't chaperoned and they weren't followed, so what would happen if they actually snuck out and weren't kind of recognised. And that was the concept for the show. And obviously it didn't happen in 2020, so we managed to put it on in 2021 with the Youth Theatre, British Youth Musical Theatre, in Margate, so no one saw it.
I saw it.
In Margate. Yeah, to be fair.
They saw it.
There is a good contingent here who made it all the way to Margate. Thank you. But yeah, so I'm really excited to share some of those songs tonight because it's really different, because obviously it was 1945, so it's quite jazzy. Yeah, so that's the show. The two songs that we're doing from it tonight, Who's With Me? It was one of the points the book writer turned around and said, can you write X, Y, and Z about this song? And I was terrified about writing this song. Something about communism, I think. I can't remember what it was.
Can you write something about
feminist something?
Power song.
He phrased it in a way that I was like, I didn't understand, and then I got there.
For a ticket collector to basically stand on top of a London bus in Leicester Square. So basically,
Teddy talks.
Can you write basically a female power song that is empowering women who've been stuck at home working on the front while the boys have been away, for a ticket collector on a big old London bus to basically stand in a crowded Leicester Square on top of a London bus and basically shout a Labour manifesto, I think, more than anything else. And you were like, I have to write a song about politics, help. And I didn't.
And then I realised that actually it was easy because it was everything kind of I believed in. It sort of wrote itself. I just freaked out about it for a while. So on stage at this point, she's standing on top of a bus, and to start with, no one's listening. And by the end, which you'll hear when the other cast come in, there are people actually standing around listening, and it was a whole, there's 3 of them tonight. It was like...
Imagine a crowd, folks.
30 female voices on stage just singing, and it was a wonderful moment, so I hope you enjoy that one. And the second song is Racing Towards Tomorrow. Yeah, I was like, I can't remember what it is. Good. Somewhere in the show, Princess Elizabeth and Princess Margaret get separated because they have an argument, something happened at the end of Act 1. They get separated, and Margaret stumbles across Sheila Van Damme and Nona Van Damme, who are sisters from the Windmill Theatre. So for anyone that doesn't know the Windmill Theatre, it was famous for being the only theatre that didn't shut during the Blitz, but also famous for its nudity. So not the sort of place that you would expect Princess Margaret to end up. But her dream, if she wasn't a princess, would be to be an actor. So they are trying to persuade her in this song to join them. She doesn't quite understand what the theatre is yet, but to try and join them so she can fulfil her dream of being an actor. The other bit of information that's important is Sheila Van Damme is a female racing driver, and in 1953, so just 8 years after... No, that's not maths. Yeah, 8 years, I can do maths. 8 years after V-Day, went on to win a really prestigious female race in racing, hence the theme.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Female empowerment. Woo! But first, tomorrow maybe.
Which could have female empowerment in it as well. Brilliant. So as we said, Another Latte to Go will be sung by Sam. Who's With Me will be sung by Frankie, Vicky, Joe and Amy. Racing Towards Tomorrow will be sung by the entire cast, but I might come and say some other things before that. Sam.
My days are filled with people trying to get somewhere as fast as they can. But it's just me and my groceries in the back of a van. I wonder where they're going, where they're rushing to, what's it all for? Job to job and door to door. The streets are filled with honking and swearing, and I find it strange how we can live all of our lives in this terrifying rage. If we just count to 10 and start again, what a world it could be. Would we be free? But then I turn the key and keep my phone hands free, and I hit the road. There's nothing else exists, addresses on my list, door to door, postcode to postcode. It's just me and the open road. And another latte I'm sometimes overwhelmed by the noise. I try to listen to my own voice, but the world can sometimes wear you down when all you do is drive around and around. So I try to take a moment for myself, so I don't add to the problems like everybody else. It's just me and the open road. Me and the open road. It's just me and the open road. And another latte.
Whenever you're ready, then. There you go. Love you.
This is our victory. A victory for the common man and the common woman. All our boys overseas fighting to get rid of Hitler. All us girls here keeping the machines going, keeping the trains running, keeping Britain going. While our boys were out fighting in the sea, sky and fields, us girls were right here. We were manning the wheels. We kept the cogs turning. We kept the fires burning. We all played our part. Times are changing. And tonight is where it starts. Gone are the days of pots and pans. Are you tired of that? I know I am. Who's with me? I think by now we've proved we can do the job just as well as a man who's with me. And yeah, it's great that the war is won, but how we'd only just begun. Who's with me? So you might think we've had our fun, but let me tell you we are done. Who's with me? It has to all mean something, or what were we fighting for? We can build a world that's better than the one we knew before. Our boys fought hard, we all know that's true, but this victory's for us girls too. Who's with me? All we're asking for is a different view. We can't go backwards, there's more to do. Who's with me? We've shown the world what we've got, but without change, no war means squat. Who's with me? Elections coming, this is our shot. Let's stoke the fire while it's still hot. Who's with me? It has to all mean something, or what were we
Right, very quickly, take the ears out, Kev, because you can't hear anything. We have to now, we're on our last song, so I have to now do some thanks. Can we have a massive round of applause, please, for Julianne and the Stage Door, and for... Julianne is a co-producer on this, personally. She puts a lot into this on her own as well, so thank you, Julianne, thank you for all you do. Also, massive round of applause for Pob at the back there. And we also, so one of the kind of benefits that we, for the writers as well, is that, and hopefully for the performers as well, is that we are filming the entire event, and so they get to have a copy of that, and so you will see that hopefully online at certain points. But can we thank Aaron and City Eye for filming the whole show tonight? From Ted and I, we would also like to thank our partners at Aardvarks Can't Jump. That is Steph and Becky. Can we have a massive round of applause for the insanely multi-instrumentalist George Story, please? I'm good with that. Right. I think we'll now some even more massive rounds of applause. Please give it up for Amy Williams, Frankie McEvoy, Vicky Jo Keynes, and Sam Gregory. And then to the most important people in the room, please give it up for our incredible writers. Helen Bonney. She's back again, Frankie McEvoy. Lisa Gay Wright. And Amy's at Clements. That man there is Teddy Clements. I'm Kevin Jones. Thank you. Please welcome back the entire cast for Racing Toward Tomorrow.
light on the stage as the house lights dim. A hush in the stalls. Let's begin. That's it. Take it in. Can you hear the band? You now have the world in the palm of your hand. Clements in my heart is yours if you want the part. You just have to start. We can start. We can start. You just have to keep doing it. Don't settle for the life you're given. The road we're taking is the one that's driven. You know it's true, the end's in view. So just start racing towards tomorrow. Yes, just start racing towards tomorrow. And just keep on racing. It's just start.
I think it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. The next show, Julianne, please correct me if I'm wrong on this. The next show, I think, is on the 28th of September. Yes! Brilliant! Please come back. Tell all your friends. Tell them to come back. We have some more amazing writers there, some more amazing cast. But thank you very much for coming, and thank you for everybody.